Hello, loves. So I'm really feeling to go live and bring through a little message from our guides. I can feel them sort of the energy gathering for that today. And yeah, it's already coming through. So let's just see what they have for us. Take a moment. Just to prepare and receive only what's for us. There's this beautiful theme I'm getting a lot at the moment, which is what's for me now. I open and receive only what's for me now. And this lovely emphasis on opening the seat of seeing, that beautiful third eye of perception that reaches through the multi-dimensions and is constantly recording the impressions there, what it accesses. Receiving impressions, recording what's relevant. And of course, there's all these complex instructions in the genetics of our blueprint that we mostly don't access consciously. You know, they're unconscious and subconscious for us, but they're in there. And they're determining what we record, what is relevant, what's for us, what's not. So when we actively turn inwards, acknowledging that beautiful God consciousness within our higher selves, our I am presence, and we claim our right to change those instructions about what we're opening to at the higher dimensions. That whether we're conscious of the fact that we're reading or not, that our third eye is busy perceiving in all directions, all dimensions that are open to us. It's still going on in the background, and we claim our right to choose, to only open to what's for us in this now moment. And it's a really, it can be a beautiful part of the path on our path of embodied sovereignty, of recognizing that there is a higher intelligence, the self, beyond the stories, that with loving compassion knows what is for us in this now moment. Better than our minds can figure it out, better than our limited awareness can manage, that it is known in the intelligence of the whole self what is for us now. And that it is love bringing us what's for us now. Nothing malevolent, nothing unkind, no harsh teacher giving us hard lessons. If we so choose it and claim our right to choose, we can choose that love brings us only what's for us now in a way that is benevolent, graceful, loving, and kind. And that I know many of us as empaths or energy sensitives, we have a conscious connection to the transmissions, the energetic transmissions of people, places, of others, fields that we walk into. And go into a public place, and there are lots of frequencies, lots of, everything that is like a center that's transmitting its own field of frequencies. And for some of us who are sensitive, we can walk into certain places and be overwhelmed or feel that too muchness. and feel like, this just isn't for us. We've got to retreat. We've got to back away from this situation now because it's not honoring our frequencies, not a frequency match. But there is this beautiful, intelligent mechanism that's quite often very ignored, but we all potentially have access to it. And it's part of that free will and choice that we have by being human, but don't use in so many different areas, but we can when we become aware that we can. We can choose. I open only to what's for me now, in a way that's benevolent, graceful, kind, loving. I allow in only the frequencies that resonate in harmony with my own field, right? And sure, we may have a collection of beliefs that or damaged expectations that might wound us and give us open places in our field where, we don't believe that's going to happen. And we have to be quite watchful of those beliefs and ask for a little extra help where we have that. I would say I don't know anyone who doesn't have that. Well, some ascended masters, perhaps. Some avatars. I don't see it. But, everyone else that I know, yes. There's parts of us that are vulnerable to dissonant frequencies and transmissions from other people's energies or other things or other places or other situations. And we let that in, and where we let that in, where we feel like that choice, that command, I only open to what's for me now. And we feel, oh God, it's not working here. That's where we can call in extra support and say, I have a weakness. Please, can this be held in grace? Can this be protected for me until I am able to protect this for myself and show me? Love, show me what I need to see around this to heal, to become aware of, why do I have a weakness here? Why do I let in these frequencies that harm me? I am open to healing in a way, again, that's graceful, kind, and benevolent. Let my healing be graceful and kind and benevolent. So this is the embodied sovereignty message. It feels kind of tiny now, and just see if the guides who have gathered to bring through the frequencies in this moment have anything else to bring. Oh, so I'm just seeing now there's an opening in the Akash of the collective human blueprint. So we're just going to let that open and see what wants to emerge, become visible in the field. Beloveds, you are now opening to the frequencies that support true expression of the self. You hear this often, yes? Your authentic self is being supported now by akashic templates opening in the collective blueprint that allow for the third eye, the center of seeing, the seat of omnidirectional seeing in consciousness, perceiving through the dimensions into the higher realms. Each of you have a unique and beautiful characteristic to this template in your own personal blueprints. It shows up with different qualities of light, color, and form. For some, it is crystalline, beautifully violet. For others, there are specific shapes, unique formations, rainbow octaves of opalescence, crowns, crystal loti, and so it goes on. For others, when they open this in their field, a whole landscape opens up that takes them back to Lemuria. We spoke of this just recently a little. And this is, shall we say, part 2 of the return of Lemurian consciousness that we are wishing to speak to you about a little. This opening of that capacity for seeing in all directions, through all dimensions, humanly, allowing this extra sense that is a natural part of who you are, and all of you are born with the potential for this template to open more fully. And so, of course, in this eclipse new moon gateway, what is happening? There is an opening in your blueprints, in the collective blue akash of your blueprints, supporting those who are ready to be supported to see more fully, to see more consciously, humanly, dissolving a little of that distance between higher dimensional seeing and human knowingness, allowing the information that is always reaching you to some extent, allowing that information to arrive in unique and beautiful ways, personal to you, but to expand your sensory perception, your scope. It is part and parcel of becoming more connected, and that is the general movement supported in the collective consciousness in these homecoming years. With connection comes increased perception, and it is natural that those of you who are attuned already to be open to omnidirectional seeing, who have access to a beautiful configuration made up of different dimensions. Those are like layers of concentric rings coming out from your center. It's a way of modeling what we're speaking of here. Those are the dimensions. And directions, those are like the areas in those different dimensions that you are open to. Now, it's a very unique pattern for each person. You can imagine these little nodal points in different directions and different dimensions. And how you are each configured to see is, it's like a fingerprint of uniqueness. And it is not in alignment to suddenly open all of those nodal points and have all of those connections firing, because you couldn't integrate it all at once. The human consciousness that's used to interfacing with 3D reality, physical daily reality, object and matter, space, distance, time, things you have to do in a day, that has to integrate safely and stay stable to stretch its capacity for translation from higher dimensional readings through higher dimensional senses to everyday functional knowingness. Functional understanding, where the understanding can be integrated and become part of getting things done every day in a normal way. There's this normalcy that's such a priority to allowing humans to open to more of their natural blueprint, what their capacity was always and originally designed for. There is among some of you a rush feeling, and that is wonderful, for it speaks of excitement and passion and valuing the beauty and the importance of what is opening. But there is, in fact, a care that the system will take, regardless of how enthusiastic each of you are to open to more, and for more people to open to more, and for everyone to be open to more. There is still a care that gets taken to ensure harmony in the process, so it is safe, so you can stay stable emotionally, mentally, chemically, physically, so you can still manage your lifetime daily commitments, your real-time commitments in life. Well, these matter. The beautiful humanness of everyday life is, we would say, nothing is more important than what arrives in your awareness in front of you and asks you to be present with it in the moment. Things that are seemingly irrelevant in the face of this higher dimensional awareness have equal, if not more, importance. For they are where decisions are made, your responses to what is in front of you are where reality is created for you, for collectively, how you respond to what is brought in front of you to your attention. And it is attention that we wish to make our third point for this little meeting. Thank you. Nothing. The path of embodied sovereignty, nothing is more important than who and when your attention is, with whom and where. Who has your attention? For they have you. They have your energy. They have the focus of your energy. What has your attention? Where is the seat of your attention being pulled out of your center? There is such an emphasis on authenticity. The opening of the third eye and the ability to perceive from the truth of who you are is part of supporting you at the higher dimensions to have a human experience of knowing in the moment what your truth is. And attention, the seat. Attention is a vital instrument in owning that truth, being present with it, resonating with it, allowing it to vibrate through your physical fields, your physical reality, your world, and your connections with others. There is a big emphasis on community and how we connect and relate to others now, no? And there is a stretch, if you like, being offered a challenge for some of you to practice maintaining a drop of attention, a fraction of attention inwardly, internally, with how you are in this now moment. You are seeing more from the truth of who you are. What is coming next, you've guessed, of course, is to speak more from the truth of who you are in the company of others. To bring that brave, honest, authentic truth into expression, into words, but into your creations, into what? To allow who you are to direct what you do. And for that, governing where your attention sits for most of your day is the foundation for honoring your truth. when a little part of you is always sat in your heart and center, your seat and center. It is accessing that omnidirectional seeing from your activating third eye. But more importantly, it is registering the information that's for you in your physical fields, giving you more human access, mental access, emotional and energetic access to the readings that your higher centers are bringing in. Readings that come from a place of deepening connectivity within the all that is. Symptoms of a collective consciousness beautifully coming home to itself. We are in such awe. I mean, we admire with awe and deep honoring the beauty and bravery with which you face what is for you in the moment, in this next moment, in this now moment, as individuals, but collectively with your group creations. There are collective creations. Present in the global consciousness that are allowing for each of you to be challenged in the ways you need to be challenged. You have asked a soul level to be challenged, and yet here you are as the human beings walking through what challenges you, responding with wisdom, with compassion, with perception, from a place of connectivity, allowing that dissolve of separation, being separate from one another, separate to the what's going on in the world, separate to the people most closely connected to you, separate within the planet herself to the elements, and how they're affecting you, and opening instead to being in unity and perceiving from that heart space. Who am I when I am connected? Who am I beyond stories of duality? Who am I when I am not seeing myself as separate? This eclipse time and any time is a beautiful opportunity we feel to allow the smaller self to be partially eclipsed, or fully, depending on how deeply in you wish to fall. And in that eclipse, much can be lost to the infinite, which can reclaim it, all you are ready to let go of, the smallness, the reductive, the war within yourself, where there are battles, conflicts, irreconcilable, or where there is hurt, whether and pain that doesn't seem to want to leave any other way. These constrictive, narrowing, limiting stories from the past in an eclipse window can be eclipsed, and many can be released without needing to face all the feelings within them. It's a beautiful time of opportunity, and it is not just what is leaving that opens, but as we said at the beginning, these emerging templates, these expansive, these new ways of reclaiming part of your natural blueprint, who you truly are, who you were designed to be, who you always meant to be. It's not like that is some plastic product of a goal that you should reach and purchase and buy and achieve. It is a flowering, ever ongoing. And in these gateway moments, always, something new wants to flower, something beautiful, incredible, something unimagined before. And what flowers is never in separation. It always follows this beautiful connectedness, this pathway that connects it to what opened a moment ago and what is going to open soon. And just as a flower can trust its own opening process and stages of its own opening, so too can all of you trust what opens in each of these profound, sacred gateways. Thank you. We are the white lines from Sirius and the Pleiadians and the Arcturians, and apparently the astrologers, which I have never heard before. Yes, cosmic astrologers. Wow. Bringing you what we have for you in the moment. Thank you. We love you. And we are all of us here for your support. I'm having the sense there's more than those who've named themselves here. There's a Magdalena presence. It feels very strong right now. Bringing through a blessing. We could receive each of us in our hearts for a moment. If you feel to turn inwards and listen. In that beautiful silence of being. Letting that love that's always available open out in the heart space and resonate like warmth through the chest. Reminding us that however exciting the energetics of the moment, the energetics, the alchemies, the technology of spirituality and consciousness, always there is a simplicity calling us home to ourselves through the heart, into the heart. And we each of us can open that gateway to the infinite from within. Back to the beginning of what was said in this channeling, opening us only to what's for us in the moment. Well, opening us to what's for us in the moment. The love, the gifts, the qualities that come from the mystery of that unknown. Infinite beauty. So just while we're speaking, I can really feel that quality of her love, and she's showing me this white heart, soft pink. And there are root frequencies being transmitted in this. There's this quality of stability, security, That's what I'm noticing, but I encourage you just to be for a moment with your own heart and see what you notice, what feelings, what impressions, and what thoughts come. Just for a minute here now. The tension inside. And she's calling it a sacred heart transmission. No, I'm sorry, a sacred heart gift. Which we're invited to open to within ourselves. And she says for each of us, it's something unique and new. And she's showing me this golden key, like an ankh as well. And it's unlocking something from the heart that moves in the direction of the throat and out through that beautiful expression center. And she's telling me it's connected to our creativity, having space and being allowed to flow into the world. It's that invitation to drop in really very deeply from the heart now to the cave space in the lower belly. And she says some of us are holding a lot of fear in that place and a fear of dropping in, and it's okay to touch down in that fear first and to notice it's there, so long as but we can intend to be already where we already are, in that beautiful, deep, safe, warm, dark cave space. Below all our fear, we're dropping into this place within ourselves. This is where we're being invited for the eclipse. It says if we want to allow our smaller selves to be eclipsed, this is a beautiful resting place where we can allow that to happen, where we are out of the way of our own constrictions, our own smallness, tightness and curled upness. She says it's where we are the creation that is being birthed anew in every moment, moment to moment, breathed beautifully into being from the all that is, bringing its blessing in an alchemy of love that flows through channels that are pathways through our sacred centers, divine alchemies, allowing us a deeper recognition of who we truly are, connecting us to the golden in our blueprints. Those golden flows, the source templates for our energy alchemy. Rest here, beloveds, and receive. Rest here once in a while and just listen deeply to your inner rhythms, those spatial movements that come of your soul expressing herself through you and your divine pathways, divine centers and energy pathways. In beingness, you will find who you are, and that will lead to a change and transformation in what you do. Do this many times in a day, and you will keep your actions aligned with the truth of your soul. Do this but once, you will still open the gateways to the infinite. Divine wisdom can flow into you, adjusting what needs to be adjusted in the moment, changing what you have asked to change or have changed, supporting in ways you have deeply called to be supported. This beingness was well timed with eclipse moment. And so you invited deeply now into the cave of your own creation. The cave of creation. Deep in this, lower belly, sacral place. The seat of wisdom and inner strength. All we bring you is intended to deepen your own access to wisdom and embodied sovereignty. Direct knowingness on your path. Thank you. Beloveds, thank you. Thank you so very much, so very deeply. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. That beautiful human expression, I love that. I'm hearing this kind of like from the wellspring of my heart. But it came out as that beautiful human expression from the bottom of my heart. And she's just showing me bringing her hands together and bowing. I've only got one hand. It's so beautiful opening these spaces. Never knowing quite who is ready with gifts and messages of support that they want to bring through. And that loving presence of Magdalena Consciousness is so welcome right now. I can just hear this whispering, my shot of Venus, the flowering and opening of Venus. I can really, all the way through her web, it's like this, this frequency being transmitted. That's so present, this lovely flower, this beautiful, it's a lotus, and I keep seeing it's white or then pink and then white and then pink. It's really nice to allow that spaciousness with her message. Some of the guides bring through quite high activational frequencies, but this is real into the deeps of being. Invitation that she brings. That space of silence within us. She's just saying that when we drop into that space, especially in an eclipse moment, it's like for a fraction of a moment in real time. We're aligned within the cosmos, within the galactic activities, within the earth and her frequencies, her portals, her rhythms and patterns. And she just gives me the word homecoming for those little moments, those huge, big little moments. Okay, so I can feel her stepping away now and taking her leave. And the guides are still present, but they're more like a kind of crescent behind me now, holding that lovely golden white energy, and it's receding a little bit. So stay within and be in how we feel inside, but if you can feel is coming back into our space, our room, our environment, where we are right now. Oh my word, and there's just this gorgeous, I was like avalanche of rays, like colored frequencies, soft, very beautiful, being channeled from those who are here to support us in the moment, just being channeled in. So can open to receive what from those rays is for us now, into our fields, into our bodies, they're saying, into our systems. It's lovely symphony of gifts they're bringing just as the channeling culminates now. So much love coming through with those gifts. Wow. Guys, thank you so very much for the kind of stopping in to rest in the resonances available through the channeling today. It was so nice just to sit down, relax, and open to what felt like it was already ready to come through. And I know it's a special day, so it's certainly a day where I'm grateful for that benevolent support and your presence. It's just, yeah. So from the guides from Sirius, from the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, and from Magdalena, the Magdalena Consciousness that was with us, a farewell and a loving departure. Thank you so much as we close this down. I'm, yeah, really grateful for your presence here today. I hope you have a gorgeous day, like really beautiful day. Before we go, I just want to tell you of what I was given yesterday, the goddess in the clouds I was shown yesterday. I was stopped, sat down, and kind of turned to face the clouds. And as I had really unusual cloud formations in front of me. So I thought, okay, I'll look at the sky, but I'll turn within and I'll open to what the readings are as I'm opening to this. Anyway, as I watched, the clouds turned into this beautiful running goddess. And I just thought, what? Goddess doesn't run. What's this all about? And following on her heels was like this wavy shape. And I was like, I don't understand what a running goddess is. So I went within and I thought, I'm going to listen internally. I'm receiving gifts. Someone is, really trying to bring me something here. So I listened. What is the running goddess? This rising Venus, running goddess, what do you mean? And it was like I felt the energy. The answer came as an energy, and it was like flying. It was like this feeling like flying. It's like goddess doesn't rush. She doesn't put her neck out and seek to be ahead of all of the other goddesses. There's no arrow that she's shooting. When she runs, it's like a dance, but the dance is within her. And it's where she allows and opens to all the forces of the elements, and they move her. They move her forward. She moves with them. And the flows from the universe that are for her, they dance in her, and that moves her forward. And there was a sense of the awakening of the goddess, the aliveness in her energies, and the movement and the flow and the flying and the running, but not running as I know it. And so that was really coming through strongly for this solar eclipse just now. And as she faded from the sky, the wavy shape that was on her heels became an eagle, this huge eagle, offering that kind of flying energy. So yeah, and I kind of want to speak a little. I'm seeing that open, the sense of wings, golden wings opening for some of us in our blueprints now. So guys, I think you've been with quite a lot today. It's a really big energy day, and I just hope that you're feeling supported, that whatever's going on for you, it's coming through with grace, with love and support. It's coming through with benevolence and kindness. So much love. That's it. No more words. So bye from me, and bye from my little friend from Sirius. Have a gorgeous day, man. Love you.